or you and I want to chat to Burnt Banksy here and XION. Perfect timing for that, so I'm going to let you run with that.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, XION is the guy, if anyone heard a crazy story back during the NFT hype, of a crazy guy that decided to burn Banksy. Well, he's with us on stage now. XION, how are you, man?
I'm doing good. How are you doing today? Thank you for having
Good.
me on.
Pleasure. But you're not doxxed, are you? I
I'm
could be wrong.
kind of doxxed. I mean, you could just Google Burnt Banksy and now my face shows up everywhere. My real name is Anthony, if that helps.
Anthony, well, now you're doxxed.
Good
to meet
now
Anthony.
it's all over.
Yeah, but can you, just for anyone that wasn't in the last cycle, I know we're going to be talking about XION, but can you tell me more about the strategy of burning a Banksy? What did you do? How did it go? What was the goal of it? And then also maybe I want to ask you a question unrelated to XION, and then we'll dig into XION, is what happened to NFTs since? We'd love to get your thoughts on an NFT market now.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, to set the stage for everyone, this is, I think, February 2021. I think the highest NFT sale was probably $100,000. And so me and two friends bought a Banksy for about $90,000. At this time, a lot of people were making fun of us for buying, crypto kitties and, crypto punks at the time. And this was a time where crypto punks was a very normal thing. And with that being said, we pretty much said, well, this thing, it's not going to be in a living room anymore. It's now going to be in the digital world, and let's see if the value maintains. So we bought the actual Banksy, we digitalized it, sold it as an NFT, and then lit the original on fire. And then that NFT sold for about, I think it was $400,000, which for most of 2021 was the highest average price NFT sale, and kicked off what we see today.
And talking about what we see today, what do we see today? How do you compare today to what we had in the previous cycle?
I think we are starving for something new. I think we saw a lot of innovation. I think we saw, you look at a spark that was created and a revolution that came out of that, and then a revolution that is yearning for another spark, right? And so that's what I think we see today. But ton of innovation over the last 3 years that requires
nice,
more.
Man. And then what was your path to building XION before we dig into what XION is? How'd you go from burning a Banksy to where you are today?
Yeah, I mean, I've been working in this industry since 15, and it was a nightmare for me to mint this NFT. And I think that kind of got started, this whole trend of, well, I want my parents to be able to use this. I want my grandparents to be able to use this. But like, if we want to democratize access for everyone, this shit cannot be so hard to use. And that started off by building a product and kept going until getting to a base layer of infrastructure and saying, we're done. We just want regular people to use this complete Web 2 experience.
Yeah, so let's, okay, it's pretty fascinating. I mean, the whole story is pretty fascinating. I'm going to ask the question that ever comes to every mind that every VC loves to ask is why another L1, especially at this stage?
Yeah, I mean, and I think L1 is just semantics. Doesn't really matter what chain you're on. We actually connect with every chain. We just effectively need a ledger to support chain abstraction, and be able to kind of have a settling ground for whether it's USDC, whether it's ETH, whether it's SOL, be able to kind of have one place where everything settles and we can kind of mirror transactions everywhere. So it's more functionally than anything. I'll tell you, I did not start this journey off wanting to build an L1. This was more of a necessity than anything.
Sorry, I muted myself. Can you explain it a bit further? How does it work exactly? What are you guys offering? Just for an average listener, it's not too deep into the ecosystem.
We believe that the biggest obstacle to crypto is wallets. I think we're going to look back in 3 years and say, we'll just look back at this concept of wallets and say, wow, what were we doing here? It is just the source of pain. It is a source of misery, and it is a source of a ton of friction. And so the way that we also kind of look at this is, the first and only completely walletless L1 that's collaborative with everything.
I just realized that we're on your cap table as well. We're working with you as well.
Yeah,
just told me. I love it, man. I love it. Because I know you're working with Scott. I'm like, I swear to you, I'm looking at your website. Guys. I was going.
Well, let me tell you, you make good decisions, my man. I will tell you, make good decisions.
I appreciate it because it's usually Scott annoyed that I got all the good projects, and then Scott brings you on board. It brings you today on, and I'm going through your website. I'm going through what you're doing. Obviously, I know your story when you burnt a Banksy, and I send your details to the team. Like, guys, No, just speaking to Anthony now, I love the guy. I want to work with him. Please get him on. Then Ned from the team replies, already, long time. He says to me, long time ago, back in May. So I love it, man. Made my day. Well, I'm glad now. I'm more excited to chat to you. Right, so you started talking about wallets. Can you explain more? How do you solve this? And because you seem to be more, you said L1 is just semantics. Can you expand on that? Exactly what you're offering? And you started with wallets, which is part of your ecosystem, I guess.
So yeah, everything is a smart contract account on the protocol level. And so if we want to take this back into like the history of crypto, you needed to store a public key and you needed to store a private key. You needed to store a private key somewhere, and the internet is just not, a browser is not a great place to do that. So you needed a wallet to store this private key. And this is before we had the concept of smart contracts. And you're starting to kind of see smart contracts play into things more and more. But if we take an idea from like Signal, I think this is the best way to think about it. You take the encryption of Signal mixed with the smart contract capabilities of the blockchain, and that's exactly how our encryption works. And so with that, we can then have smart contracts mirroring on any chain in the world, doing anything that we want, executing any code that we want, all with social logins or email logins. So completely trying to remove every aspect of crypto for, this next crossing the chasm moment of crypto.
Would it be fair to oversimplify it and say it's like the Shopify of smart contracts? I know that's an overused term for anything that's pretty simple, but it's actually make it very easy for anyone to just create a smart contract that just is interoperable among all the main chains.
I think that's a great way of thinking about it. And I think it's the first time that you're able to have a total addressable market larger than MetaMask, which I think is a huge problem in this industry.
And you've raised you've raised a while ago. I think you've raised in the previous cycle according to Scott. You got some big names on your cap table. You've got Hashkey on there. You got Circle, Animoca, Spartan. This goes on Multicoin, Morningstar as well. So a pretty impressive cap table, and there's Scott Melker there as well. Wow, all right, cool.
Yeah, I think that's Scott and Mario. I think those are our best names.
Figments there. So tell me more about it. You raised over $36 million. What have you done since? There's a fair bit of capital raised. I think it was in the last bull market before the bubble popped, correct me if I'm wrong. And then you've just had 3 years of just a brutal bear market. What happened in those 3 years, 2-3 years? And then what's your plan at the moment? When's your listing, etc.?
Yeah. So we raised, I think in total, we raised 11 million or 10 million, somewhere around that. 11 million. 11 million in 2022 total. And then brutally took the bear. And I think the main thing that we realized with the bear was that we looked around and said, wow, there's 4 users in this industry. And I know for a fact that this is going to happen again. And this is going to continuously going to happen. Right. And so we shifted our focus to building the infrastructure and perfecting it so that the time that bull market came around, right, we were in this position to say, hey, we've completely removed the crypto if we want to onboard new users. And so heads down, building, the team obviously got cut. And then come April, we raised $25 million. We had an ecosystem of probably about 50 at the time.
April which year? This year. Oh, this year. That's where we came in. All right, cool. Nice. Congrats. Yep. Good.
So we raised 25 million then. We proved out that we could build a complete Web 2 experience, and now it's just about hyperscaling and launching as best we can.
Nice, man. One thing you've said, which is interesting, you said you want to make crypto disappear. Do you mean just make the complexities of crypto disappear? Is that what that statement means?
I want to make crypto disappear. I want you to be able to use an application, you to not need to know that there's crypto in the back end, but for you to get all the benefits from crypto.
Okay. And let's look at the metrics. How many users do you currently have? Any users, any projects?
We have about 3 million users on our testnet. We have about 40-something million transactions and about 200 ecosystem projects deployed. Yeah, we're moving very, very quickly. Thank you.
How did you get the 3 million users? When and how? What was the strategy for that? And what are those users doing? What are some use cases you could talk about?
I'll tell you exactly what it is. I'll tell you exactly how we got the 3 million users. And I say this because I've been working in this industry for a very long time, And this was the first testnet that I've ever made that both my parents, my grandparents, and my entire family could use. It is completely Web 2 experience. You don't need to know that you don't have to download a wallet. All you do, enter your email, get a 2FA code, and there's your account. It's complete Web 2. And so to answer the question on users, it's so easy, and it is the easiest user experience you're ever going to see in this industry. When it comes to what people can do, I mean, I think we had 20 apps deployed on this testnet that people were able to test out with. One of them, EarnOS, brought companies like Uber and Sunglass Hut and the North Face to testnet campaign. We just had a very big PR moment with that, I think 2 weeks ago. And then they committed to double their spend for our mainnet launch as well. So very, very excited about that. And everything that we do is, we're not in the business of making yet another PerpStacks or NFT marketplace. We want to build things that people will actually use. That goes along with the ethos of crypto.
What are the users using it for at the moment?
There's about 20. There's 20 different applications. It ranges anywhere from art generation app to a direct marketing platform to a predictions market to a I'm trying to think of some more to loyalty programs. I think we have 20 in total, and I don't think any, and then I think none of them are kind of financial, I guess I could say.
Okay. Is one thing when you talk about the abstraction, the generalized abstraction in the protocol level, you have different categories there. You've got it on the, we don't have much time, so this will be probably the last technical question, but you said you've got it on the, spans accounts. You talked about the wallets, signatures, gas, interoperability, pricing, devices, payments, and more. Can you talk about the gas aspect of it?
Yeah, absolutely. And so the main thing, one of the main hurdles for the industry is this concept of gas. Regular people don't know what gas is. And then if you've ever tried to use another blockchain, right, whether it's Polygon or ETH, whatever it is, you need that native token. And you need to buy that native token from somewhere before you can use it. And so what we wanted to say is, and we built this about a year ago, we wanted to say, I never want an end user to see gas ever. And so whether that is something more like an eBay kind of model where you take off the top, and everything's denominated in USDC. So complete looking like a Web 2 experience. And then that pays for a transaction, or the builder is able to sponsor it, or we're able to convert any token to XION and be able to run the network. The thing that we wanted to do there was A, denominate everything in a fiat currency ideally, B, make sure that anyone, whether you hold any crypto token, was able to participate, and then C, end user never had to see gas in their entire life if they don't want to.
Going back to the raises, what valuations do you do the raises at? And then do you have a date of listing? Do you have any exchanges, any launch pads you can share?
I could say soon to that last one. The most recent valuation was $500 million.
Oh, wow. Okay. And then you don't have any dates for the listing or exchanges or launch pads to share? Just early for that? Another one is you've got Liberto, Dritto, e Sano. I don't want to butcher it. So does that mean free, upright, and sound is your choice, or did the ChatGPT butcher it? It's written on your website.
Absolutely butchered. We actually have the new update coming this week for that.
Okay, it's good.
You were the first person to catch that. I have known that has been an issue for so long, and you are the first person to have ever caught that.
Yeah, I know. It's butchered Italian. I was just trying to see what it means. It's at the end of the website, so I have to scroll all the way down. But anyway, look, I appreciate. First, I appreciate you coming on. I love what you built. Such a long way from burning a Banksy to building this. Kind of the last two questions I'll ask. The first one will be more of a VC question. What would you say to someone that says, "Hey, everyone's trying to fix the complexities of crypto"? It's been one of the selling points for the last, since last two cycles, even back in 2017. What makes XION different to others? And maybe you could talk a bit about the Burnt team, what you guys have done. And kind of talking about the team behind the project that allowed you to get to this level and raise so much capital at such a massive valuation?
Absolutely. I mean, my first response to that question is we've done it. You can try it, and it's live. And we can put our money where our mouth is with that of actually having a Web2 experience. I think that's obviously the main differentiator there. Our team is absolutely phenomenal. We have been extremely fortunate. Our CTO was a person who built the first ever bridge from Cosmos to Ethereum, which has been an absolute, lifesaver when coming to all the interoperability that we're doing. We have the head of DevOps from Terra, or the old head of DevOps from Terra, I should say, which saw the largest value transfer pretty much in all of crypto on the day that it crashed. And so being able to deal with all the traffic that we have, kind of ranging from that. The engineering manager coming from Flow, being able to kind of bring the experiences there and understand where a lot of the issues fit with what retail clients actually want. Another DevOps coming from Unity, and honestly, just a stacked team. I think we're 17 at this point, ranging from pretty much everywhere in this industry and just all kind of hardcore veterans of this industry. I could not be here without.
As well. Congratulations on what you built. Congratulations on having Scott and us with you on this journey, along with some of the leading VCs. But most importantly, congratulations on your journey, man, from burning your Banksy to and triggering the NFT hype to now having millions of users and raising so much capital at $500 million valuation by some of the smartest people in the industry. So I love what you're doing, man. And the last question is unrelated to the project, and maybe a final message to the audience. A message about your project, but also just about the ecosystem in general. A lot of people are talking about how the VC-backed projects are struggling right now. A lot of projects delayed launch, and some people saying just way too many projects. What's your response to those people? And then maybe a final message about Zion.
I think there's always going to be a lot of VC-backed projects. I think the ones that are trying to launch quickly and get a lot of money quickly and then leave quickly should die. But I do think that there are a lot of people who have been building in this industry for many, many years and will be here for many, many more years. I think the issue with VC money, unfortunately, sometimes it's easy to come by. But I think it also weeds out people very, very quickly. And yeah, there's positives, there's negatives, but I think a lot of the strongest companies and a lot of the strongest infrastructure that's allowed, a lot of this to be kind of built, unfortunately has been VC backed. And I think it is the name of the game. But I don't, obviously I'd be a hypocrite if I said I disagree with it. Right. It's about how you want to run your company. It's about how you want to choose to scale and what you need to do. So if you got to get the money, and then do what you got to do. So I think at the end of the day, the only people who lose are the people who give up.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. What was the other question?
Last message for the audience. If you're investors, I see a couple of your investors in the audience, by the way, and your community. And it's a final message for Zion.
Cool. Final message for Zion is we have a ton of exciting stuff coming. I hope that people eventually use Zion without ever knowing that they're using Zion. And the goal for Zion is to be completely invisible, to have the next Facebook, or to have the first Facebook, and to actually build applications in this industry that people want to use that are different. And so we are hiring extremely aggressively, consistently putting job postings up every day, expanding our ambassador program, which is an awesome cult of people. And I see them in the audience right here, and I have to thank them. They're awesome. Our investors are awesome, most specifically Mario, and Scott. Again, thank you for having me. But
really actually got power back right in time for the back half, but didn't want to interrupt.
You missed. Yeah. Did you hear, Scott? Did you just to be very clear? The most important part that I hope you didn't miss is that I'm also on the cap table, motherfucker. It's not just you.
I didn't hear that. Hey, yeah, man, listen, it was burnt at the beginning. I'm just,
Well, let's not fight here. We could both.
Yeah.
Can we all just get along?
Just in case you want to flex this, Scott. But no, I appreciate you coming on, man. It was a great discussion. Really enjoyed it. And congrats on your success, bro.
I can't wait to call Burnt after this call and get you removed.
I think Mario's calling me right now to get you removed, Scott.
Don't answer his call. It's spam.
I don't know, man. I don't know why I wouldn't.
All right, guys. Well, Anthony, really appreciate it, man. XION, congrats on what you guys have built. And for the audience, really appreciate having you today on a green day after yesterday's depressing day. We did like a 14-hour space yesterday. But today was hopefully good news. Luckily, good news. Now, see everyone tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Thanks a lot, Anthony.
Thank you.
See you, bro.